Hello, fellow diamond painters. It's DP Crazy Lady. It is 12:24 a.m. It is now the 20. Is it the 23rd? I think it's Friday. I believe my clock that my daughter got me stuff. Something's going wacky with it, so I have to kind of use my own noodle. I'm close to finishing this. Yes, it's August and it's 2024. Before I get into all of that I want to thank all of you ladies for prayers, good thoughts, everything for my mother. She's a tough old broad, and if she knew I said that, she would have my head. She don't like to be called old. So, she drove herself to the hospital on Sunday when she went in. Even with the chest pain she was having or the pain she was having, she drove herself. She didn't want to drag my stepdad out, at 2, 3 in the morning. Being 102 years old, she didn't want to drag him out. And she didn't want to call an ambulance because she didn't feel like she needed one. So she drove herself to the hospital from PA to Ohio, where she had to go to the hospital. And she's been there ever since. She'll probably be coming home tomorrow because they ran all the tests she demanded. She wanted them to run the tests, on her heart, on her gallbladder, her pancreas, her spinal stenosis that she has. Several things. She just wanted the gambit. And the one that they decided, besides that one that they decided to run on her, was knocking her out a little bit and putting the tube down her throat with a camera, to check her esophagus and the area there. Well, she knew that for years she had had a hiatal hernia, but it hadn't bothered her, hadn't, done anything. And she used to have acid reflux. Well, when they ran the camera down and everything, they found ulcers, that she had developed ulcers. And I told her that, Mom, you need to quit stressing yourself. But telling her that just stresses her more because she won't stop. That's why I said thank you for your prayers, your good thoughts, everything, because what they found is something that they can maintain and take care of. They've got her on medications, antibiotics in case she needed them. Naturally, I told her, I said, Mom, if you go home tomorrow on Friday, more than likely they will send you home with a diet. And here she tells me, oh, but all last month and stuff, I was eating jalapeno peppers. And, my mother's always been into the hot, spicy stuff. And I said, no wonder you're feeling crappy now with all the jalapenos you've been eating and the spicy, the fried potatoes and the fried this and fried that. I said, Mom, you're going to have to stay away from that stuff. She said the only reason why she used to drink coffee, or why she liked drinking coffee, because it was nice and hot. And I said, well, you're going to have to either go to decaf, or decaf tea. She said she don't like either one of those. So I remember when I was a kid, and I don't know if they still have it, and I have to look it up and see if it's what I remember it to be, is that Postum, which used to be, I don't think it was coffee. I'm not sure. But I remember it from when I was a kid. And for some reason it popped into my head. And I know it tastes okay, that I can remember, but, I'm an old lady too, and memory fades until you get a whiff or taste of something again, and it's like, oh, that's not what I remember. So, but yeah, she's she's doing good. Uh, her heart is good, they said. You know, there's nothing wrong with her gallbladder. Her gallbladder's clear. Her pancreas is good. You know, it's just her spinal stenosis. You know, it's, I don't know if it's gotten worse through the last few years or if it's just gotten a little more painful, you know, because she's constantly bending down and picking stuff up. They spent, 2 or 3 days last week after all the windstorms we had and the tornado warnings and rain and everything else. They're surrounded by different trees all around their property, which makes it nice to have shade and, you know, little critters in the trees and stuff. But and the wind starts blowing and the little branches will break off and everything. And so her out there bending down, picking up, bending down, picking up, where my stepdad, he used a shovel. He just shoveled them and zipped them off, you know, somewhere. And here my mom, you know, bend down, pick up, bend down. And it aggravated her stenosis. I know that it did. Because the doctor went, oh, okay. You know, so, but she don't listen. You know, she's 90 years old and she thinks she's still a young pup. But that's my mom. So I thought I would at least come on here long enough to tell you thank you all so much. And like I posted in my community tab, when I say I love you guys and hugs, I mean it. I really, really appreciate the kind thoughts, the comments. And I sat here and worried and worried and worried. So while I was worrying, you know, to take my mind off, I diamond paint, diamond paint, diamond paint. And that's how I probably have gotten as far as I had. I had to stop using my ruler. I broke it. I had the big long one. It broke. The wire pieces, and the little one is broken. And so I still have the ones for the squares, but not for the round. So I'm going to have to invest in some more. Now, as far as I know, this area, the black lines and stuff are supposed to be glow in the dark. I haven't seen anything when I shut the lights off at night, so I don't know. I have to finish his face here. It's sticky, and up here, and then I just have the top left, corner to do. So when I do, I'll unroll the whole thing. I'm using my these were through Bella Art de Nicole, and I really like these because I tried using the pool noodles, which I've done, but I can't get them to stay on the heavier items. And when they're too heavy and I try to pin them or snap them up on there, they just unroll or fall off or whatever. And I had gotten these different colors, and of course I picked purple. And they screw under here. These are, there's 3D or whatever they call them, you know, they make in that machine. I never remember what that is. But anyway, I really like those. My daughter had gotten them for me. So, and it'll go the width of my table, you know. So they're just separate ones. You roll your thing up and set it down in like that. You just roll it and put them in. So it works out real good. So anyway, when I finish this, I'm going to pull out my, I don't know which one. I already kitted up the two puppies, the two dogs. I think I'll go with the square one next since I'm working on a round. And I'll go with the square one, and then I'll pull out my Halloween gnomes and get to start on it. And then either by the time I finish it or halfway through, then I'll start on the other one. I want to finish a square first and then the Halloween, and then, on to the other round puppy. And then from there, I'll decide what I'm going to do next. I've not heard from GBFK yet, and I sent them more forceful email this morning, and I'll wait overnight to see if they answer. If not, I'm done. Because they should answer. One way or another, they should be answering the email, and they're not. Now, New Craft Day, where do you see the 2 that I got coming? They told me to pick out something. I picked 2 and asked them, is it okay if I have the 2? And they heartily agreed and said yes, and they would send me tracking when they shipped. So I figure they might not ship until past this weekend. So starting Monday, it may be ready to be shipped, and then it'll be at least 2 weeks from there. So I figure either by about the second week or so of September, I'll get them, and they're really nice. I like them. So we'll see what that is. So like I said, thank you guys so much for, all your kind thoughts. And I wanted to at least get a video out to you so you didn't think I abandoned you or anything bad happened. So, but she's going to call me tomorrow when she gets home. Because I asked her, that's how I found out she drove herself. I asked her, I said, well, do you need me to come pick you up so Daddy doesn't have to come out and, get you? And she goes, oh, no, I drove myself. And holy crap. And I figure like mom, like daughter, when I went and had my major surgery a year or so ago, I drove myself. I did. I drove myself to the hospital, parked, and left it there. And 5 days later, when they let me out of the hospital, I drove myself home. So I guess, both stubborn people. So anyway, I'm going to go, and hope you all are doing good. The weekend's coming, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll try and get back with you, either Friday evening or Saturday morning, and we'll see where we go from there. So, DP Crazy Lady loves you. Hugs to you all, and I'll get back with you later. I'm out.